said before you kind of didn't want Monte to play backup point because you're doing so much, but he's doing it anyway. How's he doing?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, he's doing okay. I got he and Steph both playing off the ball and kind of play off each other in particular sets. Point guard really is just really getting your initial play started. But those two guys can play off each other. So that's how they're doing thus far.
Monte seems to be doing a little more than that, setting guys up.
Yeah, I think he has that ability. Good players have the ability to make plays for themselves, but also be able to set guys up. And the maturing factor for him continues that when teams are playing him a certain way, that he becomes a facilitator. And I think he's been able to do that so far. It's still a learning process for all of our guys right now.
Is he seeing better when he should be finding other guys?
I think he's getting there. I don't know his vision, but I think he's seeing some things. Maybe you're seeing something else, but I think he's trying to see people.
Is it harder to play a back-to-back against a team like to go from the Spurs to the Suns as opposed to two teams that play a similar style?
Yeah, because you have to change everything you've been doing. It was kind of close to some things that Minnesota did, that with their pick and rolls and things like that, and having a post guy that we can transition some of our concept from that game into this game. I thought we played the pick and roll coverage on Parker and Ginobili probably as well as any team has done thus far. We kind of keep those guys in paint from the initial part of the play. Didn't do a great job on the weak side. So we were able to transfer some things from the Minnesota game into this game. Now you got to completely change your whole thinking. Now I'm playing against Phoenix, who space the floor, three-point shooters. Well, that tax having two big guys on the floor for long periods of time. But today practice, our guys had a good practice today. I wanted to come in and just clean up some of the things that we need to focus on, and then we'll start transitioning to Phoenix tomorrow, which we know is going to be a big adjustment because they play so different than any team.
Is there any way to quantify the adjustment you have to make? Is it half your stuff you do differently?
Yeah, it is, because they're going to tax you when they play a four-man who's a spacing three guy, really a 3 or 2. So that changes from having, a David or someone covering a four-man all the way out on the floor who's a shooter, making decisions with Nash. What is Nash going to be doing? They're not looking for a low-post guy all the time. So that changes. It's like no different than when we were getting ready for New York. We had to make a conscious effort to change our thinking from one game to the next. But that's going to happen during the course of the season, and we got to be ready to make that quick adjustment.
You've been around for 6, 7 years, maybe longer than that. There's been some great games between you guys and Phoenix, especially at home the last 5 years.
Yeah.
Do you think subconsciously players know they know what kind of game they're going to get into?
They know that Phoenix is going to do what they do very, very well, and we have to make sure when we take the good shots, the quick ones, they got to be quality good shots. Not get so caught up into. But I think we're going to be able to freely move around and be on the floor and have plays. Our guys can make plays, but we got to also be conscious of, because we have big guys that are going to be running up and down the floor. We got to make sure those guys stay involved in the game as well.
How much were you able to involve Efe today?
I did some nice little things with us. We were able to move him up from the one-on-one skill stuff to the 3-on-3 to the 4-on-4. So it was good. He showed some nice flashes, but kept it all in half court for him. And we got to bring him along slowly, because he's going from playing by himself to now playing with teammates and talking and conversating. So we're going to bring him along just like every other rookie. You bring him along very, very slowly. And of course, a lot of things he can't do yet because of his hands. Not that he's not ready to go, but just want to be cautious of all that.
Hey, this is Steph Curry. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for exclusive coverage throughout the season.